I bought a 6.4 Powerstroke. After thousands of comments and months of research, I finally found the perfect 6.4 for the channel. Apparently these are the fastest tune-only diesel trucks out there. However, these trucks are also known for being extremely unreliable, and some people even saying that they're the most unreliable diesel trucks in the world. The reason they are so unreliable is because the pistons are not made well out of the factory, causing them to melt and crack over time. So we're going to be putting these accusations to the test, towing over 12,000 pounds, driving over 500 miles, and testing the 0 to 60 with this truck.
I am freaking pumped up this morning because behind me sits the collection, the final collection piece, and that is the 6.4 Powerstroke. This is the world's technically most unreliable diesel truck out there. So we're gonna go ahead and test that theory today in this video. I also want to show you guys what I kind of look for when I purchase this vehicle behind me, because that is something that a lot of people miss and don't look out for whenever they're buying a truck or a diesel truck for that matter. So I'm gonna show you guys what exactly I look for. I paid $7,500 for this truck. It runs and drives great. No problems whatsoever. It has four-wheel drive, no leaks on a 6.4 Powerstroke. So I was blown away at that. No injector knock, no ticking noises, no blow by. Coolant was fine. So we're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna do a little bit of revving on it, and then we're gonna drive to the gas station, fill up, and then drive another 100 miles, 150-ish miles. All right, so we're gonna fire it up here, like as cold as it gets, basically. Fires right up. That's something I do look for as well, is does it fire up? Is the high pressure pump okay? I have bought 4 Powerstrokes and all of them have worked out quite well. It's kind of surprising that the 6.0 has lasted longer than the 7.3 and the 6.7 have. I'm gonna be making a big video about those two trucks. So first thing is sound. Does it sound good? Does it fire up okay? Is everything running fine? This 6.4 sounds healthy. It sounds good. It only has 178,000 miles on it. I don't hear an injector knock. I don't hear an up pipe leak. I don't hear any sort of leaks whatsoever whenever I'm driving it. But for a 6.4 Powerstroke with 178,000 miles, a 2008, this truck is pretty clean. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna pop the oil cap here, make sure it doesn't blow off, make sure there's no blow by whatsoever. You will have some steam. It shouldn't be that much, which there's literally no blow by, guys. As you guys can see right there, it's not popping the metal cap up, no pressure whatsoever. Whenever I checked out a couple other 6.4s, it would just shoot the cap right up. So the other thing that I'm gonna check is the transmission fluid. Pull your dipstick, you're gonna make sure it's running. In this exact typical case, we have got perfect transmission fluid, so there's no problems there with the tranny fluid, and I'm not too worried about that. The thing you're gonna wanna do is get below the truck and check for leaks. Literally no leaks, guys, in this truck. It is a perfectly non-leaking truck, which if it doesn't leak, I know that it has not blown a seal out, which means that I know the motor is definitely still good. Next thing I'm gonna check, and it's gonna be kind of like a 6.0, is going to be your coolant. So you're gonna go ahead and pop your coolant cap here, and there's no pressure whatsoever in this coolant system, which means my head gaskets are still good. And we're also gonna go ahead and check our coolant. So this coolant is looking fine. I mean, body-wise, I'm not too worried about the body just because I am making this a drag ripper, so I'm not really too worried about that. The goal for this truck is to get the 0 to 60 below 3.5 seconds, which is absolutely insane for a diesel truck. So that is why I don't really care about how the body looks. There is a couple dings and scratches like the tailgate, and there's also a bunch of dings on this side as well, as you guys can see right there. But in my opinion, I think it just sounds freaking amazing. I think it honestly sounds as good as the 6.0, but I'm gonna rev it up for you guys. Oh my God, it rips. We are gonna get into the first 100 miles now. First little rev up in the 6.4. It literally sounds like this 2011 to 2014 6.7s whenever you rev it up like that. I have got to admit, the 6.4 sounds as good, if not better than the 6.0. We're gonna test speed and everything like that whenever we get back. I don't want to rev on it too much because I want the 6.4 to make it on a drive. I'm gonna go under a bridge as well and see the sound. Sounds amazing. Oh my God. Fucking rips. Whoa, that's like faster than the 6.7. Holy shit. Holy shit, it moves though, boys. Like, I'm talking, I was back in my seat, 2-wheel drive, barely even putting the pedal down. So I'm gonna try that first 100 miles, like I said. I'm gonna go fill up at the gas station. Diesel's $3.15. We had like 400 miles till E, and we had half a tank. So I know the tank's humongous on this truck, so I'm gonna go ahead and see how big it is. 23.09 gallons. That is a monstrous tank. It's gotta be 35 gallons plus. We weren't even that low on diesel fuel either. Drive the first, it's gonna be like 150, 200 miles. 604 miles till E. That is nuts. We're getting 14.9 fuel mileage. I'm just gonna go ahead and hold that to reset. See what fuel mileage we get. So throughout this entire video, I'm gonna be cruising at about 65 to 70 miles an hour for the fuel mileage. I'm not really gonna try to dip below that other than when I need to stop for a stop sign or something like that of that nature. 30-mile update. We've been driving for about 30 miles in the 6.4, but everything's running, cruising great. As you guys can see, we're cruising as fast as the person in front of us, basically. 20.8 miles per gallon. Holy shit, that's actually insane. If we can keep it at that fuel mileage, that would be absolutely insanity. We just finished with First National Bank. I am officially a 6.4 Powerstroke owner. We have officially now completed the collection. I got something special we're doing. I am actually going to be towing for this video with this truck. So we're gonna be towing up to 18,000 pounds. We're gonna be putting a dually on the back of this. This is my buddy's truck that we're actually gonna go pick up, test out the driving experience with it, see how it tows, see what kind of fuel economy we get. But right now I'm gonna go back to that same exact gas station that I was at and fill up this rig and see exactly what fuel mileage we got driving. First 100 miles being on video. The 6.4 still ripping great. Everything's running fine. Just wanted to give you all guys a 100-mile update. Everything runs great. So we are back at the same exact gas station, the same exact gas pump that we started at. We have got 150.1 miles on the odometer. We actually were able to get 20.5 miles per gallon. It just went down a little bit because I've been idling for a second. 20.4, 20.5 miles per gallon. Absolutely insane. The best fuel economy we have ever gotten on a diesel truck. It's 20 to 21 is amazing fuel mileage for a 6.4 Powerstroke. Just found out from the owner that this truck is actually studded with head gaskets. So it's got the whole 9 yards. It's already got built up pretty much. So we can throw a lot of power through this motor. All the like performance mods, I guess you'd say, is stock. So injectors, turbo, that's all stock. 20.4 miles per gallon, which is absolutely freaking insane for a diesel truck. Let's see if it matches up with the gas station pump. Pump just clicked off 9.129 gallons. We're gonna hang it up. Okay, so we got 150.1 miles. We're gonna do the math on that right now. 150.1 miles divided by 9.129 equals 16.44 at the pump. I'm not 100% sure which one is more accurate, which one's not accurate. I kind of trust the pump a little bit more than the actual odometer. This computer's really old, and I just don't think the computer's 100% accurate because 20 miles per gallon is absolutely nuts. Now go tow. We're gonna tow some big loads here. We're gonna tow a ton of weight with the 6.4. Look at that beauty, boys. 6.4 towing the big rig. We're about to put a ton of weight on this motherfucker. It is ripping, dude. We are good, guys. Everything's running good so far. We're gonna tow about 150 miles today in this video. Checking fuel mileage as well, but see if the 6.4 can handle it. So far, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and reset our fuel mileage here so we can get an accurate reading of what it's like towing. That ain't that bad. Shit, I've towed way worse than that. Loaded down the 6.4. If it makes it home with this, I'm guaranteeing reliability on the 6.4, boys. We've got a dually on the 6.4. That is wild. Do not recommend you do this. This is just for testing purposes. I'm kind of pulling a whistling diesel on this one. This is just for my buddy. So see what we got going on, because this thing, I mean, golly, it is a lot of freaking weight. I am nervous, and we are towing heavy right now with the 6.4. Holy fuck. I do not like this. I just stepped in a mukbang over there. Fuck. Oh, so far so good. I'm only gonna smile like this big, like bigger than this whenever we get home. So this is a heavy ass load. Those are still towing, still going good so far. If it makes this, y'all are sleeping on the 6.4. Here we go, first little, oh yeah, it pulls great. It pulls awesome, holy shit. That first gear, I mean, it barely even feels like there's anything on here. Holy crap. For 7,500 bucks, I mean, shit. Knock on wood, because it can still blow on us, but as long as we take it easy, I think we should be good with her. are towing now. We are towing a shit ton of weight.
Knock on wood, no problems yet, so we're gonna keep on trucking. First 5-10 miles. There we go. 198 is our engine coolant temp, and then 204 is our engine oil temp. So it is the middle of the day, so it's about 95 degrees outside. Damn. Those compounds pull down so wild. It's almost like a 6-7 Powerstroke 2011 through 2014s, but it sounds a whole lot better in my opinion.
So we just finished driving over 500 miles, towing over 10,000 pounds, and also testing some of the best fuel economy we've ever gotten on a diesel truck. But how fast is a 6.4? That's what we're about to see right now. We're gonna do a 0 to 60 4x4 and a 0 to 60 two-wheel drive. Supposedly, these are the fastest tune-only diesel trucks out there, so the only thing that this truck has is a tune on it. Very curious to see how fast this is stock, exactly how fast we can go in the 6.4 Powerstroke with just a tune on it. We're gonna do the first two-wheel drive 0 to 60. I've been waiting a while for this. All right, here we go. God, holy shit. Whew. Two-wheel drive 0 to 60 in the 6.4 was, holy shit, 7.74. That's like as fast as, almost as fast as 6.0 two-wheel drive. Or I'm gonna do one more two-wheel drive. I don't think that's good enough for me. I'm gonna try one more two-wheel drive because I think we could have gotten a little bit quicker because we spun out in the beginning. You gotta really find the groove on these trucks. Here we go, one more two-wheel drive here. I wanna see if we can beat it because I'm not gonna boost it up at all. Jesus. Holy shit. She's a ripper. 8.42 0 to 60, so you do need to boost it up a little bit. I'm gonna now launch it 4x4 and see here. I'm freaking a little bit nervous right now to launch it 4x4, but our 0 to 60 two-wheel drive is probably the fastest we're gonna get is like 7.6, 7.7. We're gonna turn it to 4x4 here, as you can see, 4 high. So we always lock the hubs. There we go. I'm gonna boost it up to like 10. Now we'll go more. We'll go more. More. Oh my God. Holy fuck, wheel hop like crazy. Jesus Christ. Woo! Holy shit. 5.51 0 to 60. I launched my camera to outer space. I launched everything to outer space. It was wheel hopping so bad. Y'all saw that. That's the hands down the fastest. Like, you can't beat that. Like, you just cannot beat that. That is the fastest hands down. This truck is literally faster than a 6.7 Powerstroke out of the factory with just a tune on it. Blown away. Blown away at the 6.4 Powerstroke. Shit, y'all were not lying about the 6.4. Y'all were absolutely 100% not lying. I agree with y'all 100%. This is the fastest tune-only truck. Great baseline, great start. It is way faster than the 6.0. I think by 4 seconds faster than the 6.0, which is a tune only. It's way faster than the 6.7. It's probably about a second faster than the 6.7 with the tune only. I think it's like 5 or 10 seconds faster than the 7.3. The 7.3 was like 12.91 or something outrageous. I'm pumped. That was awesome. We got a race truck now, boys. Y'all are sleeping on the 6.4, sleeping on the 6.4. Nothing's happened to me yet, but shit, I have beat the hell out of this truck over the last 3 days and not seen a single lick of problems. And I'm talking beat to hell. Powerstroke Central video, if you want to get any merch, it'll be in the description down below.